Sergey Kovalev. Jean Pascal. Roy Jones rappin', y'all must have forgot. Yeah. Good stuff. Until the 8th round. We almost got Tarver flashbacks. Which we didn't forget. Anyway. Quick post-fight thoughts on this fight. And this one's going out to K Little, who asked us to please drop post-fight thoughts directly after the fight. That's a first. Anyway. Sergey pretty much dominated the fight with a questionable 8th round stoppage. Personally though, we can't blame the ref. We seriously doubt Pascal was gonna last much longer. And when a guy like Sergey's throwing bombs, and a fighter seems defenseless, we can understand not taking any chances. He already killed one guy in the ring. And we get the feeling it wouldn't bother him if he killed another. He just seems like that type of motherfucker. Meanwhile, Pascal claims he was still in the fight and wants a rematch. But you know, our question's this. What the fuck's Pascal gonna do any differently in a rematch? We don't exactly see too many motherfuckers coming up with great game plans these days. At the same time, when Sergey finally does lose, we think it'll be by knockout. Because Pascal hurt him a couple of times. And Sergey's biggest mistake was admitting the shit to Max. Was you hurt? It looked like he hurt you. Look. Fighters. Fuck Max. And we're not hating on Kellerman. That's his job. But if it's not clearly obvious, tell that motherfucker no. Now we all know he can be hurt. 10 players already knew he was hurt a couple of times. But you know, fanboys, they love to think their guy is invincible. And it's not a bad idea when opponents think that shit too. Because if fighters actually started punching that motherfucker back instead of fighting in fear, they might be shocked. But very few raw boxers will beat Sergey unless they've got some serious power. Jump on him and headhunt. Because the man definitely doesn't have an iron chin. He gets leery when he's being touched. And it might be wise if he stayed the fuck away from this guy. Now, Roy Jones didn't commentate for this fight since he was in Pascal's corner. Bernard Hopkins filled in for him alongside Jim Lampley, and he did a damn good job. So we wouldn't mind seeing him more often. Because when Roy Jones first started on HBO, he fucking sucked. He improved as time went along. But Hopkins seems to be a natural. And Adonis Stevenson told B-Hop he's definitely gonna fight Sergey. You know. Every time we hear words from certain fighters who happen to belong to this guy, we've gotta wonder. Like we wonder if Stevenson actually wants to fight Sergey or if he's bullshitting. Or maybe he's serious and always wanted Sergey, but was advised not to. Who the fuck knows? But when Sergey was asked about it, he claimed he's ready for anyone. Yet didn't seem as enthusiastic about it as usual. But if Pascal can hurt Sergey, Stevenson certainly has the power. Problem is his jaw's not iron either. But perhaps he was inspired by what he saw. Nevertheless, Sergey's a powerful motherfucker and the #1 light heavy in our view until he's actually knocked off. Now we was chopping it up with Cigar Boxing on where he should be ranked on the pound for pound list when he fought Hopkins, and was supposed to do a video response on it, but never did. That's because we have a love-hate relationship with the whole pound for pound thing. And kinda wanted to explain why before dropping that video. So we need to get that out. Holler to Cigar, by the way. But he def needs to be considered for the top 10. As for the fight, props to both guys. We enjoyed it. We'd definitely watch a rematch, but sure the fuck would rather see this. And before we close this out, we know some of you asked us to give our views on the Heyman NBC and Spike thing. Now I personally haven't watched the Spike showing yet, but we'll drop that later today. And our NBC views. Yeah, along with that other stuff too. We've just been wrapped up in shit. But we're hoping Stevenson means it and we'll see this soon. That's if Adonis doesn't get his ass kicked in his next fight. And if you have a little daughter, Adonis, please leave her home. Because we don't get the point of motherfuckers bringing their kids to fights. Then they're crying and pouting. Stop hitting my daddy and all types of crazy shit. Mayweather did that shit with Madonna too. And his kids, they're talking about, I don't like this, don't hit my daddy. It would be cool if they could handle it.
I don't like it.
But they can't. So leave them home. Because we find them to be annoying. Just a little tip. And until our next one. Peace. We're out.